Okay, so now we are back to the foreign ISA server. Let's go back to our ISA server. Now remember earlier on our previous exercise, ISA server by default are not allowed to access the HTTP. So over here we need to create the rules to allow the ISA server to apply a certificate first. So first, let's go back into our toolbox, Naval Object. You see we have a URL set. Let's create a new URL set. So let's call it as Denver CA. Click on the new, and the new HTTP will be Denver. Okay, the spelling is very important. contoso.com/CERTSRV. So this URL allowed the ISA server to access only for the Denver contoso.com/server. We click on OK. Next, go back to our task, select the first rules. We need to create a new access rules. So give it a name, allow HTTP from the firewall to Denver Certificate Authority. Click next here. Select the allowed. So we apply for the selected protocol. Click on the add. Expand the web using the HTTP. Close it. Click next. The source will be on our ISA server, in this case the localhost. Add, close, and the destination will be the URL set that we create just now. Remember the URL set, expand it. That's our Denver CA. Click add, OK, next, and finish. So a new rules has been created, and apply the rules now. Okay, so once the rules has finished applying, okay, so click on OK, minimize our ISA server. Let's launch our Internet Explorer, and let's go to our Denver contoso.server CRTSRV, okay, administrator, with a password, called password, okay. Alright, so there's some problem over here. Okay, so it stated that forbidden. Alright, so the ISA server denied it. And let's check our ISA server. Right click, properties. Okay, seems to be okay. From localhost to Denver server. I see. So you can see from here is that when you go to search server, I forgot to use the wildcard. Alright, so let's use the /*. You click OK and OK. Remember to reapply it again. So you can see that sometimes a small silly mistake like this will ruin the entire lab. So make sure the wildcard is added, and we will try again. So click on the OK, and let's click on the refresh again. Now you can see that it's successfully connected. So sometimes a mistake like this do create a havoc. Alright, anyway, now we are back on track. So next, this is our certificate authority on Denver. Click on request a cert. Select at one certificate request, create and submit request to this certificate authority. Now the template we are using here will be on the web server, because we want to request the certificate as a mail server. So the name for this one will be very important, mail.contoso.com. Now this is the external name. If the user from internet accessing to our mail server. So we are going to store this certificate into our local computer. Okay, scroll down and click on submit. Select yes and install this certificate. Yes again to install, and the certificate has installed. Close our Internet Explorer. Now let's go back into our foreign server. Now make sure that the foreign server is refreshed. So I want you to right click and refresh so that it knows that the certificate has been installed. So refresh, it takes a while. Okay, so next go back into our firewall. So in the toolbox you have your network objects. In our web listener, remember that previous lab we opened port number 80, and now we have to listen to port number 443. Okay, so right click the web listener, new web listener. So give it a name. We call it external web 443. Click on the next. Select the external because the request comes from the external. Click next. Now enable the HTTP will be unchecked, but this time we are going to enable the SSL. Now we need to apply the certificate. So click on the select. This is the certificate that we requested earlier on, mailcondoso.com. You click OK. You click next, and we click on finish. Okay, so the web listener already been created for the 443. So next, go back into our task. We are going to publish our mail server. So select publish a mail server. Give it a name. So we publish our mail on Outlook Web Access. You click next. So this is our web client access, remember. Click next. We use the default on the Outlook Web Access. We click on the next. This is a bridging mode. As you can see, we have three bridging mode. Secure connection to client and mail server basically means that external to firewall will be SSL and firewall to Exchange server will be SSL. Or else you can select the standard connection, there will be no SSL, or secure connection to client. Now this one will be SSL between the external to the firewall, but there will be no SSL between the firewall to the server. For the secure, the most secure configuration, we select the secure connection to client and mail server. You will click next. The mail server, we have to type in exactly the same name, denver.contoso.com. Now if let's say the name is wrong, you will get an error. So make sure that the name is correct, contoso.com. Alright, denver.contoso.com. Click on the next. So this domain name, so the domain name will be, remember our certificate name that we used just now is called mail.contoso.com. Click on the next. The web listener will be on the 443. Okay, we click on next, next, and finish. Alright, as usual, it's not a big problem. Next, we need to publish our OWA. In this case, it's already been published. Let's go to the property and have a look. Under the traffic, you can see that is HTTPS. Under the listener, you can see that the listener is 443. Okay, and inside the path, these are the paths that they listen to. Okay, so Now we need to apply the rules. Okay, so successfully apply. You click on OK. So next we need to go to the Istanbul and check to see if our OWA is successful or not. Alright, so let's minimize it and let's go to the Istanbul.